can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
Andrew, you've got type 1.
I have.
How much holiday time do you get with your family?
We have our own business, so we don't tend to take a great deal of long time holidays. We might have snippets here and there.
So what's a snippet?
Weekends, 3 or 4 days.
So you haven't had a holiday?
A big holiday in quite a long time.
How long?
So when, many years, probably before my son was born. Geordie's 12.
Right.
So when the Danii cruise was mentioned in 10 days, it was like, this is perfect to allow a holiday, education and safety, because I'm amongst people who get type 1.
So what was the motivation for you to come on the Danii Foundation Jellybean cruise?
Several points. The medical team on board, to have them available to ask things when you think of them, because you go into an appointment and unless you think of it in that 30 minutes or 20 minutes, the chance is gone. Here being 10 days, it's fantastic. You can think of something late at night and you can ask them the next day.
So
awesome.
by medical team, you're talking about the Danii Foundation medical team?
The crew that are here.
They brought with them, not the ship's medical
exactly.
team.
Yeah.
This is the Danii Foundation medical team. So
as well as the social side of it, I'm quite active in social media on many type 1 groups and general diabetes groups as well. So
tell me about the Danii Foundation medical team on board. What spectrum of knowledge have they got for you?
Endocrinologist Sultan Linjawi, I actually came across him maybe 18 months ago in social media and had chatted with him a few times privately, as well as seeing various posts of his. To be here, to actually come and meet him, was just consolidated what I thought of him as being basically amazing. I've never come across an endocrinologist who is so knowledgeable, that gets type 1, gets how to explain it in layman's terms, talking in everyday language instead of starting to use too many medical terms, and which then goes across most people's heads. But to speak in lay people terms, it's just amazing.
And then you've got the other part of the team, the psychiatrists.
Yeah, and have all those people as well. That, whilst I personally won't see much use of them for me, other people definitely, especially the younger or newer diagnosed. Myself having 45 years, a lot of it is old hat for me.
Yeah, so you've had it 45 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a holiday for the family, which way does it work? You've got the social side of the cruise, where they can have a holiday themselves, and you've also got the education side where you're learning, or your family can come along as well and learn more about it. So have you seen people who haven't had it for 45 years learn something from
Absolutely.
the cruise?
And also share my experience. I've had a couple of one-on-one chats or one-on-two chats with some of the newer diagnosed, and pass on things that I know and have learnt in maybe my mistakes and things over the years, that you can pass on to others, that hopefully they can recall and take in and recall as they get older, and using it positively. That there are it's hard to say benefits of type 1, but using what we learn as to live our lives in a little bit better way, to make our lives better.
So people who are sitting on the fence now thinking, gee, do I go on a Danii Foundation Jellybean cruise or do I not? What would you say to them?
Do it. Just do it. Whatever it takes, do it. There are so many positives. The friendships that are made, the education sessions, which have blown my mind, some of them, whilst I may have already known it, to see it put up on the screen, that we can all take in and discuss, and the discussions that happen inside the the room on different topics. It's just, it's good. It's really, 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 really good.
And what spectrum of age bracket have you seen in this cruise that have got type 1?
Well, I've seen kids who are 5 through to some who are 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Easy. And the whole range.
And the cruise covers all of them?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
From the youngsters to the older folk.
Now, you're on CGM, and I would take it you're over 21.
Yep.
So what would you say to the government who, at this point, allow CGM, thankfully, and we thank them for it, up to 21 years of age? And what we're trying to do is to convince them that everyone with type 1 needs it. What would you say to the government to show them that we need it?
It is such a benefit. I've had so many cases personally where that alarm, because of the CGM, and I'm completely hypo unaware. I can be so low that up to other people, they would be unconscious, requiring ambulance. I can be down there and feel fine. Any lower than it's an immediate change from being fully aware, or what I think is fully aware, to falling on the floor unconscious. In just a minor change in my blood sugar level down, the CGM is telling me before I get there. And if I was to think that, yeah, I feel fine to drive, but one more minor drop in my level would mean I could cause any sort of
Carnage.
Something to happen. CGM tells us before we get there. I think of a CGM like you're driving a car with just using a blood sugar meter. You arrive at the intersection to find that lights are red. CGM tells you in advance. You can see the red stop sign, the red light up ahead. You can apply the brakes, whether it be climbing blood sugar or dropping blood sugar. You can fix the situation before you get there.
So as a man with his own business, if you were to take the CGM away from you, how would that affect your work life?
I think it would be horrible.
Would you be less productive?
Absolutely. If you're chasing blood sugar because you get somewhere bad and then have to completely stop to fix the problem. Whereas you can go, okay, there's a problem coming, yep, I can take action early and I can continue working whilst I'm fixing the problem rather than having to stop.
So productive hours during a work day?
Productive hours are not stopped.
Right.
By having CGM.
So if you didn't have the CGM and your productive hours stop, how long do they stop for? Like, do they go down and then trough and then you have to wait for them to come back up?
Sometimes it can be for the rest of the day, even if it's in the morning. And it does affect different people differently. Some people can recover quickly, and it depends on the severity of it sometimes, but other times it can be the rest of the day. If it happens overnight, we can wake up feeling, no way am I going to work at all. And it does happen.
So for the sake of our nation, there is much more work hours to be given back.
Absolutely.
If the people have the CGM that need it. Brilliant point. You're fabulous. What would you say to the Minister now? Put it in your words as what you would say to him.
CGM is saving money now. It has a cost, but I think in terms of both immediate saving in productivity and saving longer term health-wise, it's a double benefit. Saving money by not supplying CGM reduces productivity now and is going to cost the health budget later on big time.
Right. So really.
So we're saving on both fronts now by a small outlay, instead of saving money on the outlay but then costing, so that the health department's saving money by not covering it, but the tax department's not making money from our taxes, and the health department's going to cost money later on, or we pay a little bit now and the tax department gets its money from our taxes and the health department saves its money in long term.
So it's an investment.
Exactly.
Right.
Perfect.
Well, that's what the government want, is more productive Aussies.
Mm.
That's it.
Andrew, you're fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your candour and your openness. Thank you for coming on board.
No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.